Hey guys, today I wanted to make a quick video just explaining how awesome our brand new Jamberry TruShine gel polish is. I wanted to briefly go over what all is included in the gel enamel kit that you can buy. So let's go over that really quick. Here it is. So inside of the kit, you're going to get your gel base coat, your gel top coat. You're also going to get this super gorgeous color coat called Black Cherry, a full bottle of the cuticle oil, Jamberry buffer block, a full pack of our nail prep wipes. You're also going to get an entire box of our gel enamel remover pockets. These are how you're going to take off your gel polish without damaging your nails. I love it. You're also going to get our Jamberry nail file, 2 orange sticks, our Jamberry rubber cuticle pusher. Also going to get an LED curing lamp. This LED curing lamp is actually a lot safer than the traditional UV lamps that you may see in salons. This is not going to produce UV emissions, so it's a lot safer for your skin, and it's smaller. The LED lamp actually only takes 45 seconds to cure each layer, where the UV lamp will take about 2 to 3 minutes for each layer. So this whole entire kit will take you less time, and you'll have less damage to your nails because of these remover pockets. One of the really cool things about buying the whole entire kit together is that you're going to have everything included to put your gel polish on and take it off, and you're not going to get sample sizes. These are full-sized bottles of gel. This is a huge opportunity to get everything you want for gel polish, and it's really affordable, especially if you host a party, because you can get a half off code and you can get this whole kit for 60 bucks. So that's pretty sweet. I highly recommend getting the entire kit just because it makes it so much easier. You'll have everything you need all in one convenient box. I wanted to show y'all how to apply the gel polish, and so let's get started. Before I do anything for my nails, I get everything set up to prepare my nails. I have my Jamberry buffer block, I have my cuticle remover pin, an orange stick, a rubber cuticle pusher, our Jamberry nail prep wipe, and also our Jamberry nail file. All of this is included in your gel kit except for the cuticle remover pin. If you don't have any more of these nail prep wipes, you can also get a bottle of our nail prep cleanser. This is actually going to be way less damaging and drying for your nails versus a bottle of rubbing alcohol. Just be very careful whenever you're using this in a cotton ball, because the cotton balls, as you can see, have tons of little fibers on them, and so whenever you're painting your nails with the gel polish, if you don't get all of those fibers off, it could cause a bump in your nail polish, or whenever you're painting them, you could kind of drag one of the fibers along and then it would cause streaking in your polish, so we don't want that. The first thing that I do for nail preparation is I grab our cuticle remover pin. This thing is awesome because all you have to do is go to the top and click a couple of times, and then you want to spread this along the base and up the sides of your nails. You have hidden cuticles that grow up along the sides of your nails, so that's why you also want to work it along the edges and the sides. The cuticle remover will actually have to sit on your nails for about 1 to 2 minutes in order to soften your cuticles all the way. So what I like to do during this time is I go ahead and grab my Jamberry nail file, and I make sure that I shape my nails the exact way that I want. You'll have to do this before you paint your nails with the gel polish. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and do that right now while my cuticles are softening. So by now my remover has already been sitting on my cuticles for a couple of minutes, so what you want to do next is either grab your orange stick or your rubber cuticle pusher, and you want to really make sure that you're pushing back all of your cuticles. The cuticle remover pin is awesome because it's a really soft and delicate way to remove your cuticles, so I highly recommend getting our cuticle remover pin. So what you do next is go ahead and go in the bathroom and wash your hands off with soap and water just to make sure that you get all of the cuticle remover off your skin. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and open up your nail prep wipe. And like I said, these come in your gel kit. You want to make sure that you wipe down every single finger with this nail prep wipe. Any oil and dirt that you have on your fingernails will cause the gel polish not to last as long as you want, so it's really important to not skip this step either. The next thing you want to do, and this is the final step of nail preparation, you want to take your Jamberry buffer block. You're just lightly buffing the top of each nail. It's not necessarily to provide a smooth surface, it's just enough to wipe the shine off of your nails. You just want to buff just a tiny little bit on each nail. And then that's it for nail preparation. So next you would want to grab your Jamberry base coat. You want to grab your color coats, and then you also need to grab your top coat. You will also need your LED lamp that comes included in your gel kit. And you're also going to use this handy dandy rubber cuticle pusher for whenever you're painting your nails. Okay, so the very first thing you do is you want to grab your base coat. Before you put any of the coats on, you want to make sure that you're shaking it. So what I like to do is kind of roll it back and forth in my hand over and over and over. I feel like if I shake it, then it gets caught and stuck in the lid and it makes a big mess. So I like to just roll it across my hand for a little bit. Whenever you're taking the cap off, I do this little swirl motion as I'm taking it off, so that kind of removes all of the gel on the stem. And then you also want to, here, I'm going to hold it closer. You also want to kind of wipe it off on each side. The key to successful gel polish is making sure that you do super, super thin layers. So what you want to do is start in the middle of your nail and then go down. Then you can kind of wiggle it up closer to your cuticles and then go down. You can go down the middle and then you can go down the sides. Whenever you put your gel polish in the LED lamp, it causes the gel polish to cure, which means it hardens it, and that's why it's so awesome, because it doesn't chip. So it's really important to make sure that you don't put super thick layers on there, because that would cause it to kind of pool right around your cuticles and on the sides of your nails. So you want to do super, super thin layers. So now I've got my finger ready. I haven't done my thumb yet, because whenever I paint all of my nails with gel polish, I will do these 4 fingers first on either hand. You can stick them all underneath the lamp at the same time. So I do these 4 fingers first, these 4 fingers second, and then the last I do both of my thumbs at the same time, because you can stick both of your thumbs in the lamp. Okay, so once you're finished painting your nail, I'm going to teach you how to do something called capping the tip. So just make sure there's hardly anything on the edge of your brush. What you're trying to do is paint over the free edge of your nail. This will prevent any water or anything from getting underneath your gel polish. So you kind of want to tap with the end of your brush, just the very end of your nails, and then you can also take your brush and just do a quick swipe over the end. I then like to go ahead and just run my brush over the whole nail, just to make sure that it's not super clumped up just on the edge of my nail. What you're trying to do is totally encapsulate the edge of your nail, just to make sure no water gets in there. So then you turn the LED lamp on and you let it sit in here for 45 seconds. While your nails are curing in the LED lamp, you can sit here and start twirling your color polish that you're going to put on once it's finished curing in the lamp. With the glitter, what I want to tell y'all guys is, with the glitter gel polish that we have, you have to really do a good job shaking this one up, because all of the glitter will settle to the bottom, and it could make the difference between having to put on like 2 coats or 5 coats. And you don't want to put 5 coats on, because it's way too thick, and that can cause your gel to seriously just like pop off. So the reason why I'm showing y'all the glitter is because it's a little bit different than the regular polish. So go ahead and put a big blob right in the middle of your nail, work it down your full nail, and then you wiggle towards your cuticles. Wiggle, wiggle. Go down the sides, go down the middle. I do kind of a thicker layer at first with the glitter, just to kind of get a solid base coat, and then the other layers that I put on are kind of just filling in the gaps. This is where our handy rubber cuticle pusher comes into play. I got a little bit too close to my cuticles, so what I like to do is, you have your nail prep wipe, it's still wet. Take your rubber cuticle pusher and just work it along your cuticles and the edge of your nail. And then you can just kind of wipe it on your nail prep wipe and just go around the sides of your nail with the rubber cuticle pusher and your cuticles. You kind of want a little bitty sliver of your nail showing along the cuticles and along the edge of your nail, that will just ensure that you have not painted on your cuticle or the side of your nails. That's why you need your rubber cuticle pusher. So go ahead and put your nail in the LED light. I kind of try to shake it in between each layer just to make sure that the glitter isn't settling to the bottom. I don't really do this with the regular polishes or the regular gel polish colors that we have. Okay, so then you would just start on your second coat of the color or the glitter. And with this, you're really just trying to fill in any gaps that need more glitter. So I kind of sometimes just get a little bit more and just kind of dab it like exactly where I want it, and then kind of smoothen it out. And I got some on my skin, but no worries, I can just grab my rubber cuticle pusher, wipe it off with my nail prep wipe, and now I'm ready to stick it back in the LED lamp. Now I'm going to do one more coat. I usually only need to do 2 coats for the regular color, but with the glitter I feel like I need closer to 3 or 4 coats just to make sure I'm getting all of the coverage that I want on it. So this is going to be my 3rd coat. Usually by the 3rd coat of the glitter I feel like it's really providing the coverage that I want, and there aren't like big gaping holes that don't have any glitter on it. So but just play around with it. You may need more, you may need less coats, just depending on how thick your layers are. And I didn't get any on my skin that time, so I'm going to stick it back in the lamp. Okay, so I have finished putting on as much of the gel as I want. The final step with this process is putting on the top coat. So just like before, make sure you kind of shake it and roll it up before you put it on. The top coat is the thickest layer of the gel that we have, and so you really want to make sure that you're not putting this on too thick. So start in the middle, go down to the top, go down the side, and this is just sealing everything that you've done to make sure that it doesn't get messed up, and this is a huge reason why it's not going to chip for up to 2 weeks. I'm going to start over. As soon as you're finished curing your top coat with the LED lamp, you're going to look down and you're going to think that it's wet, but this is the next step. You take your nail prep wipe, it should still be wet, you go across the top of it and you just wipe your whole nail off. And I promise you, you're not wiping off your polish. See? You're not wiping off the polish or anything. It's just that the top coat it leaves like a tacky, sticky residue behind, and so you need to wipe that off in order for it to be smooth. So just like before, I want to make sure that my nail has been wiped down. And then you would want to get your base coat, do the swivel. So you do your base coat. Make sure before you stick it in the LED lamp, I think I forgot to mention this earlier, before you stick your finger in the LED lamp with every single layer that you have, inspect your skin. Make sure that there's no gel touching your cuticles and touching the skin along the edges of your nails, and if there is, you need to grab your rubber cuticle pusher and like wipe it off. Okay, so I didn't get any on my skin, so all I'm going to do is cure this under the lamp. Okay. So right now I'm going to use Flamingo. This is, oh my gosh guys, this is seriously a really pretty bright pink color. So just like with the other ones, you're going to swivel as you're pulling it out, kind of do a swiping motion so there's not too much on the brush. And then you want to do your big blob right in the middle and just go down, kind of work your way on the sides. Wiggle towards the cuticles. The really cool thing about gel polish is that unlike regular nail polish, if you get it all over your skin, it's not going to dry, and so you can, look, I'll show you. I'm just going to put some on my skin and I'll show y'all. Whereas regular polish would start to dry and it'd be a huge hassle just to get the polish off your skin, the gel polish is not going to do anything until you stick it under the LED lamp. So as long as you don't have it under the LED lamp, you can just wipe it off your skin and it's totally fine. And that's why my opinion is that I feel like doing gel polish is actually a lot easier than doing regular polish, I know you have to stick it under the LED lamp and everything, and it may seem a little bit more complicated, but I mean, you're gonna get coverage that lasts for at least 2 weeks without chipping, and if you make a mess with the gel, it's not the same as regular polish. So by now I feel like regular polish would have already dried at this point, but with gel you can just wipe it right off. I'm serious. That's why I'm telling y'all, don't be afraid if you're not good at painting your nails or anything, because all you have to do is take your rubber cuticle pusher, go along the edges and make sure that nothing's on your skin, because it's not going to dry. I mean, you can really take your time. It's not going to dry. So you can clean up your skin, stick it under the LED light. Okay. You're going to grab your color again. You're just going to do your second coat. I think I forgot to cap my tips with the base coat, so we'll be sure to do that with the top coat. Just make sure you're taking your time and providing good coverage. And I usually wipe just to make sure I'm getting any little tiny piece that might be there. You do not have to be as OCD as me, but that's just what I do. I just like to run it along the sides and then stick it in the lamp. Okay, so you've already finished your color. Last step is to just get your top coat. Make sure you shook the bottle before you did this. Get a nice little thin layer. Go all along the sides and everything. And then make sure you cap your tips again. I think capping the tips is really key to making them last as long as possible, so do not forget this step. And then you stick her under the light one more time. Okay, it's done. So just like before, once you've applied the top coat, get your nail prep wipe and just kind of make sure you wipe off the tacky, sticky part left over from the top coat, and then you're done, and that's it. I've had people ask me if you can just use the top coat, and unfortunately you cannot. The base coat and the top coat have to go together. They cannot work separately, they have to be used together. They have to be touching at all times. The only thing that can come in between the base coat and the top coat is a color coat. And so if you're going to use a color coat, you still need the base and the top coat, and even if you're just putting them on top of the nail wraps, you still need the base and the top coat. Okay, so let's say whenever you finish doing your gel polish that you do get some along the sides here, and that's inevitable. I mean, it takes a little bit of practice doing the gel polish. What you would want to do is either take your nail file, or if you have these by any chance, these are just little cuticle clippers. I like to just get right in that groove and just lightly file off the little part that gets hardened. And what I'm talking about is if you put too thick of layers on for your gel, and it kind of builds up right in the edges right here, right in this little crevice, then it's going to harden once you put it in the lamp. So once you're done doing it, you can just kind of lightly file that off and it'll come off. So I hope this video has been super helpful for you guys. Hit me up if you have any questions.